I had to come to the store. It is such a gloom day. Yesterday they said it was going to be in the 70s, and I don't think it quite reached that, but dang, it is gloomy now. Anyway, so I hope y'all can hear me because I'm trying to hold y'all up, and it ain't easy. I don't know how people do this. But anyway, I had a change of heart on like the topic for today's video, and I know that I put out a lot of like very different content. Like there's clean with me, cook with me, makeup, day in the life vlogs. I have like, you know, me going to visit my son. Like there's just so much content, so it's really hard for me to know what you guys are like here for. You're just here for me, thank you. But anyway, I know that usually around the holidays I'll start to put out like some sober content, like you know, how to stay sober at parties and those kind of things. But I think I did like a 6-month sobriety check-in or something like that. I can't remember, but if you want to talk about that stuff, if you want me to talk about that stuff with you, like I am definitely willing to share with you guys how I keep myself sober and out of trouble, and kind of what led me to the decision to go alcohol free. So if like you're into that, or you feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it would have been helpful for me if I had a content creator or someone online who could have kind of given me the courage to like walk through the doors that I needed to walk through. If I could have watched someone, you know, who like maybe like had the same background as me or the same questions that I had, because I know a lot of people go into like these groups and they find God. I already had a relationship with God. I was just struggling with alcohol, and I didn't even know that I was actually struggling with alcohol. Well, let me say this. I didn't know that I had a problem with alcohol. I didn't know that it was something that was like, that I was going to have to make the choice of it being all or nothing. I thought it was just something where I needed to watch myself or pace myself because I didn't, you know, I didn't react like everybody else did. So anyway, I don't know if you're into that, but maybe we can chat about that today. All right. So for me, like I always knew that there were like 12-step programs that people could go to. There was rehabs. There was like, I knew what the options were. I never thought that I needed a rehab or that I needed a 12-step program, or I didn't think that I needed that much support. I really went through all of my drinking thinking that because I didn't drink every day, because I had a career, because I had a family, that I just needed to scale back. I knew that I had alcoholism in my family. My grandfather and my father both died from the disease of alcoholism in various ways. Not sure how my father passed away. He did pass away when he was in, I want to say around his 60s. And my grandfather passed away because he was in a drunk driving accident, gone fishing. My mom was 17 at the time. It was a terrible situation. A police officer knocked on the door and basically, your dad's gone. And that's why. And it affected her severely. Shortly after, she ran to California. And it was devastating to their family. I never got to meet him. I heard that I have his chocolate brown eyes, as my mom says. And anyway, so I never associated myself with having any of that. I thought that's not me. Like when I drink, I go too hard and I just need to not. So I would be on this merry-go-round of, well, I haven't drank in a long time, so I must not have an issue with it, you know, and then I would pull this crazy drunk and it would be like just crazy stuff, you know, that was just completely out of my character. And I would wake up baffled, like, what in the world? So I knew I needed to quit. I never knew that it was going to be an all or nothing situation for me. Like either would they say, you know, one is never enough, a thousand's, what did they say? A thousand's never enough and one is too many. And that was my case. So Hold on. All right. So one night after a dramatic night of drinking and my husband being very upset, he does not drink. He had suggested to me that I find a 12-step program and get into it. He had told me that his dad had been in one and that it really helped him, and that he had successfully quit drinking when he went into a 12-step program. I leave the name out of it because it's, if you're in one, you know, it's just, they have no relation to media or anything like that. So we just leave the name out of it. So I want to talk about what that was like the first time that I walked in, how I was treated, and where it went wrong for me. All right, so truth be told, the first time that I went to one that was for only women. And I truthfully, honestly went because I really felt at that time that I was going to destroy my marriage. And even though my husband said he would never leave me, I just felt like, okay, you've got to do something to like soothe the situation. Like, because people were getting tired of the apologies. You know, it gets that way where you're like, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. And then boom, you're right back at it, because this thing is very cunning and baffling. Like, it tricks your mind, you know, and because it's such a prevalent situation, sorry, my dog is like, she's wanting treats. Because it's such a situation where people are very much, it's very socially acceptable, to drink that way and to act that way. It can very much make you think that it's okay, that what you're doing is okay, that you just need to like reel it back in. So I went to my first 12-step meeting and I was like really shocked at the kind of women that were in there. Like, they were all very professional women. They had careers, they were just not what I thought I was going to walk into. I thought it was going to be, I don't know what I thought it was going to be. But these women were very helpful to me. I linked up with one, and I definitely, like, she walked me through the steps. And I want to say the first time, hold on, my dogs are going nuts. But I was literally met with so much love. And that, I think, is the thing. Like, I will say this. If you think that you have a problem when you drink, if you think that if you think you have an issue, I'm sorry this video is crazy. My dogs are nuts right now. Let me just put it to you this way. If you are wondering if you have a problem, people who don't have a problem don't wonder about it, okay? It's not even a blip on their thought process, okay? If you find, these are things that I wish I would have known earlier. If you can't have one glass of wine without really wanting another one, or one drink without really wanting another one, and it's like, almost becomes like an obsession to have the next one, whether you have it or not, but like, you're like, oh, I really want to have another drink, you know, or whatever. Or if you're hiding the amount of alcohol that you drink, or you're making excuses for why you drank, you know, you should probably seek help now. I'm giggling, but seriously, you should probably seek help, because the thing with it is, this disease can be very progressive. I was very fortunate to catch it early. I was having some social issues, I guess you could say. Like, I'm very relationship oriented. So it was causing issues in like my friendships. It was causing issues in, you know, my relationship with my husband. It was just causing issues with my relationships with my children. People would get very frustrated with me because I had a very, you know, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing that would happen. Like, I would be one way, you know, sober, in a total different way, you know, when I was drinking, and it was causing issues. And I just got tired of having the shame and the guilt and all the things that happened when I drank. And so I got into this program. I, listened to what they had to say. And I had about 2 years of continual sobriety. However, I did quit going to the meetings. I quit staying in contact with the people that were in there. And because I looked at it like a buffet, like occasionally I would go get a meeting. Occasionally, I would go and read some material or something. But I was really just like, okay, thank you for telling me what I need to know. Okay, see you, bye. And lo and behold, I had a situation come up in my marriage that really just, if I'm being transparent, it knocked me off my block. Like alcohol was the thing that I turned to, and I had a really hard time, letting go of it as a crutch. I became kind of like, just dependent on it in a way. Like, no, I never drank every day. That was never my thing. And I'm not like trying to doll it up or anything. But that's the part that was so confusing for me, because my idea of an alcoholic was someone who, lost everything or didn't have a career, or, they were in and out of jail, or, whatever. Like, I had the worst case scenario in my head. So I didn't really realize that what I was doing was putting myself on the path to that, because it's progressive. If you don't check it, the end result is not good, So I wound up getting back in touch with the girl that I had, gotten kind of close to, and telling her, like, really think I need to kind of come back into, the rooms and stuff. And so when I walked back in this time, and that was over 7 months ago, when I walked back in this time, I noticed that the ladies with the longest sobriety, like I'm talking decades of sobriety, they're still in the rooms. Like this is the support system, the people who understand you the most. It's like going into a secret sisterhood or brotherhood, if you're a man, where everyone knows you. And the worst thing you ever did while, under the influence, someone else can beat that 10 times over, I mean, the reason why you're met with such love is because these people understand you in a way. They understand how it works, how, this thing will tell you, like, you don't have a problem because you've gone so long without it, or, just one won't hurt you, or, whatever the case is. It's a baffling, cunning situation. And they all get that. And they all know. They've all been there. They've all wrecked things. They've all done things. They've all done stuff. So the fact that you walked in and said, hey, I need some help here, you're going to be met with the most love. And these people are going to understand you and love you in a way that no one else will. I'm telling you. The amount of just trust that you have for these people and that they have for you is incredible. And it's such a good thing. The first time I walked in, I was very nervous. I was very scared. I didn't really want to say anything. I did. I told them my name, and I told them that I didn't know, exactly if I had an issue or not. And so anyway, I kept coming back. And this time, this go round, I am learning to not isolate, because that is one of the things that will, have me slipping, is if I isolate. So I call people, I read, I participate, I, show up. And I'm not going to say that it's been easy. It's not. You think that I don't feel some kind of way when I see people, girls going out with, with their cute little outfits, and their, have their drinks and stuff, and it looks so aesthetically pleasing. I wish I could do that. I can't. I can't. And there's no shame in that. Everybody has something, and this is my something. So I don't know if I've babbled too long. But if you're watching this video and you're scared that you might be going too far with alcohol, if you're going too far with alcohol or anything else, I mean, geez Louise, there's a 12-step program for everything. Overeaters Anonymous. people who are addicted to sex, people who have codependency issues, drugs, alcohol. I mean, literally, we're all trying to overcome something, right? So, but if you are one of those people and you're scared to go get help, don't be scared. It's going to be the best thing you ever did. If you need help finding, you know, if you're scared to go in person, there's online meetings. If you need help doing any kind of that stuff, find me on Instagram, shoot me a DM, and I will give you as much information as I can. Anyway, I love you guys. Bye. Okay, before I end this video, I just want to add, it is not a matter of willpower, okay? If willpower could have saved everyone, there would be no issues. It's a matter of a spiritual well-being. When your spirit is well, you're going to be well too. So anyway, I love you guys. Let me know if you want more content like this, because I would be glad to share it with you. All right, bye.